Hello everyone, and welcome back to Red Dead Online with me, Longclaw Valerian Steel, where we always deliver. Well, pardon me while I just finish off my dinner before I head to my Moonshine Shack to show you another episode of the Moonshiner Story Missions. This is the second part in the Story Missions, and I've told you before that this is a really great way to reduce the cost of your MASH production, as well as helping you rank up in the Moonshiner role. Check out the channel for all the other Red Dead content, as well as GTA Online, Assassin's Creed and much more. Now let's see how we get on.
Crazy how I met you. Forgive me, I lost my way. I heard you say
So, Maggie Pike, your Moonshiner business partner, we know that she has made some enemies in the past. Indeed, enemies that tried to burn her alive in one of her own Moonshiner shacks. Well, she did not die, and she's now out for vengeance. And in this second mission, you're sent to destroy one of her enemy's Moonshiner businesses. So how exactly do you destroy someone's Moonshiner business? Well, in this case we're going to blow up their moonshine stills. The stills are the big metal tanks that produce the moonshine. So first up, you're heading to Scarlet Meadows and looking for some explosive which is stashed, and these can be in one of three locations, but just look around for some of the clues which kind of divert you from where the lockbox is actually hidden, in this case in a little barn. And once you pick up the dynamite, it'll actually give you, I think, 6 sticks of dynamite, and then you need to head to the second location, and you can take a scenic route down the river. There are some canoes parked on the river, and I decided to take the covert approach and try to enter quietly, although it doesn't particularly matter. In this particular mission you're not really out for stealth, and your targets are the steel. So my advice is just to head down towards the location, which is actually in La Grasse, and once you're there you're just basically going to locate steels. Don't worry too much about where the bad guys are stood and trying to creep up behind them or anything like that. Just simply take them out. There aren't any additional waves of bad guys or any bad guys that show up on horseback or anything like that. So once you've cleared the bad guys from the camp, you're free then to destroy the steels at your leisure. And there are quite a few bad guys, but if you're used to taking bad guys out from camps and clearing out moonshine camps, it won't be any surprise to you. And I ran around with my guns and took them all out in probably about 2 minutes, and then of course just attach your dynamite and watch the stills explode. Now there should be 5 stills that you need to blow up, so you have 1 additional dynamite just in case something goes wrong. Don't bother throwing the dynamite. You actually have to walk up to the still and follow the on-screen instructions to actually plant it, and then the second instruction is to light the fuse. Pretty, right? So there you go. Once you've blown up all 5 of the stills, and there are 2 separate camps, so you're going to need to take out 2 separate groups of bad guys, simply head back to Maggie. You don't even need to travel all the way back to your Moonshine Shack. It's quite a long way. As soon as you get slightly further away from the stills, you'll be taken into a cutscene, and it all looks like it's gone very well. Maggie's pleased with you, but straight away Danny shows up, and this is the guy whose Moonshiner business you have just completely wiped out, and an old adversary of Maggie. But as it turns out, these guys have just showed up to try to intimidate Maggie, but she shows that she cannot be intimidated. Interestingly, the guy stood next to Danny identifies himself as one of the Braithwaites. Now, the Braithwaites are the big family that run the big Braithwaite Mansion. They have a horse business as well as their own moonshine business. And if you ever travel down to Braithwaite Manor for your collections, you will sometimes be prompted to destroy their moonshine business, which is located at the back of the large house in one of the barns. So that's interesting. So let me know what you think of this. Are you doing the story missions? Tune in for part 3 coming very soon.